right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Entrepreneur Middle East. Lovely meeting you, such an honor, and thank you for coming to Entrepreneur. How are you today?
Thank you, Mina. I'm great. It's really nice to see this energy around here surrounded by entrepreneurs and people interested in entrepreneurship.
The atmosphere is incredible, and another thing I wanted to tell you, it's crazy how many young people we see here as well. I think that's super cool.
Yeah, and we do feel already old compared to all this young generation that is taking over.
But you're there to lead them properly, to
Yeah,
make them
hopefully.
go to the right direction. Yes.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, they need some guidance from us, but they're definitely, it's a different generation. The speed of change is going very fast, and we already see the results now.
So tell me, how is life at the Bank of Sharjah? What are kind of your daily routines as the CEO? Tell us a little bit about the latest trends that are happening there, etc.
The Bank of Sharjah is the first bank set up here in the Emirates. We celebrated our golden jubilee 2 years ago. I was appointed as CEO about 18, 19 months ago. It's a nice journey. It's been a very exciting journey. The bank has been managed in the past as a boutique bank. Now the board approved the new strategy that was tailored by the management and the new management. So it's an expensive move. So we've been growing very fast. We've been expanding internationally by doing a lot of transactions internationally in other countries across the MENA region. And if I have to, in a nutshell, if I have to say it in one word, it's growth and more focus today.
Right, perfect. Now tell me, obviously funding is a huge part. We are Entrepreneur, we speak about startups, we speak about funders and funding. So tell me, in your opinion, what are sort of those main challenges that, you know, from a bank perspective, you're really witnessing when it comes to funding of startups, of companies or businesses in general?
As you rightly said, if you look at the statistics, whether you take Harvard Business Review or other surveys that that we get from time to time, the main challenge that entrepreneurs are facing is funding or cash, or running out of cash. That's very important.
And 50% fail in the first 5 years because they don't have that funding as well.
Exactly. I would say, I think the percentage of failure in the first few years
It's like
is
90%.
90%.
Yeah.
So, and what is a startup? Startup is an SME, is a small and medium, small enterprise in the making. So, in the early stage, they don't get funding from the banks. They have to get funding from VCs, venture capitalists, from, it is called seed funding, from angel investors. In the second stage, which is called growth stage or stability stage, this is where they can use funding from the banks. And the main challenge is to get, you can get the best product, the best market demand, the best team managing the startup. If you don't get the right funding and you look at, you manage your liquidity efficiently, then you'll find a problem and you can literally shut down. So you can be profitable, but you have to manage cash. I mean, when we were in when we were doing my MBA, they always told us cash is king. And
cash runs the world, yes.
Yeah, and we figured out that it's true, because if you're out of cash, you might be profitable, but you have to have also better liquidity management and ensure that you have enough cash to face contingencies
100%.
and risks. Exactly.
100%.
Yeah.
How would you say you support those startups? Do you have some sort of, packages? I'm sure you put a lot of thought through into how to support them. So what would you say are your main ways of, really being there for them?
I mean, for startup, we don't finance startup, and banks don't finance startup, but they finance startup when they reach stability stage, when they become a small enterprise.
Which is how many years approximately?
If a startup is going fine, I mean, you need, if all going fine, you need 2 to 3 years to have a proven track record.
I guess 5 years would be that strong.
It will be strong,
ground.
And then the bank can intervene in the stability phase. So you have the early stage, you have stability phase, and you have the expansion phase. Stability phase, you can extend facilities, credit facilities for trade facilities. You can give working capital facilities. But then at the expansion phase, where you want to scale the business or you expand the business, some of the startups, they can go outside their country, home country. This is where a bank can extend term facilities or project finance to
Right.
expand, to buy equipment, etc., etc. So
Right.
I would say 3 to 5 years.
Okay.
If the business model has proven strong and
Yeah.
efficient, then
And
the bank
things
can.
are basically going by plan for them. Yeah.
Exactly.
Right. Now tell me, in your experience, what are sort of those most common mistakes, let's say, that startups make? Because I guess you do have also advice on how to avoid making those common mistakes. But in your experience, what would you say are the most common?
You know, again, startups or SMEs, small enterprises. I mean, I think they underestimate the importance of liquidity management. They said no, everything is going fine, and also when you approach a bank, you need to have the right business model, you need to have the right team in place, you need to have also projections, financial projections. So if the numbers don't stack up, then no bank will fund you, will finance you.
Right.
And because when we get also these financial projections for the next 5 years, we do sensitize them. We do run by the credit department what we call
Analyze them
sensitivity-
properly.
Analyze and sensitize. We undertake sensitivity analysis. Let's say, what if sales drop by 20%? What if customers don't pay on time? The biggest challenge, the big problem that I see that SMEs or startups would face or are facing today is that they underestimate the importance of cash in the business.
Right. The flow.
And that can be chaos. You can have a company that is generating losses and still surviving. But a company that can be profitable, but if you don't manage the cash efficiently
Right.
and properly, you can basically
Yes.
declare bankruptcy.
I completely
That's
get
fine.
what you mean. Now, to go to more positive topics, since you are a prominent leader in this industry and in this region, what would you say are those, main pieces of advice as a CEO to all the other aspiring CEOs out there?
Follow your passion. When you spend 12 or 14 hours in the office and you're passionate about what you're doing, you don't really feel it.
Right. You feel like your passion is in the numbers?
I love numbers and I love making changes, transforming the bank. I mean, the bank has been there for 50 years
Right.
and we already entered a phase where we're doing more business, we're more efficient today, we are more present in the economic system, and we are contributing also to the ecosystem of Sharjah, of the Emirate of Sharjah.
And I feel like digitalization is also a big word that you need to constantly be, evolving with,
You
right?
have to, the fintech companies, we've got competition from fintech companies, from digital banks, and you have to manage. You have to run. I believe that you have to run a hybrid model where you have brick and mortar
Right.
branches, and at the same time you also have to have good technology, good infrastructure
Right.
to serve your customers.
100%. Mohamed, absolute pleasure speaking to you. We
Same
all
here.
wish you the best of luck on behalf of Entrepreneur Middle East. I'm looking forward to listening to this conversation once again, and best of luck to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mina, and looking forward to meeting you again in the next year in this festival.
Amazing. Thanks.
Thank you.